I want to ask you, do you have this voice inside that I do sometimes or often that says, am I doing the right thing? Do you know this voice? Yeah. Or am I doing the wrong thing maybe? Or am I doing the right thing? Or what's the right thing exactly? What is it the right thing now? And am I doing it?
People make their livings off of being authorities on what the right thing is.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, how many can recognize this inner voice? Okay, that's 100%. So that's I call that the inner coach. Yeah, that's the inner coach. Now this inner coach has gone to a different kind of coaching school. Yeah? Than this one. It's a different coaching methodology. Yeah? In this coaching school, there's a set of rules. There's a big manuals of rules. What's right, what's wrong, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, and how you act in an appropriate way in this world and get what you want by acting appropriate according to these manuals. Yeah? There's a whole library of manuals. And so whenever this coach is always then with us, and whenever we're doing something, if the coach is at work, the coach will say, hey, 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 what rule are you following? Which manual? Which manual? Which rule? This I can't find the book for this one, the rule for this one. I'm not sure. Are you sure this is right? Actually, it's not quite right. Wait a minute. I have to check the manual. I have to check the rule. But you have to wait because I can't find the book. Can't find the book. But I'm sure it's not right what you're doing. It's not according to the manual. And if you don't do it right, you're going to get in trouble. So it's a rule-based coach. It's trying to find the right rule so that you don't do the wrong thing, so you don't get into trouble. Yeah? And sometimes it gets really angry and aggressive. If you're not following that inner coach, it gets just more and more aggressive. Hey, listen to me now. You're not doing the right thing now. Be careful. I told you, don't do that. Be careful now. Don't do that. You're going to get in trouble. They're going to hate you. You know? It gets aggressive. The inner coach. So, now the coach training here is a different methodology. Yeah? So it's a totally different methodology. There is no rule book. There is no rules. Living without rules. Having no idea what to do beforehand. It's a scary space because it's different. Going in, holding a talk, offering a workshop, doing a coaching, doing anything. You're entering into space and you have no idea what you're going to do. You're standing up in front of 400 people to do a presentation and you don't know what you're going to say before you say it. That's the methodology. So you have to tune in to everything and you just have to listen to your body and your heart and you just do whatever your intuition says you're going to do. Now what do you think this inner coach is going to think about you then? It's going to freak out completely. You're doing the total opposite of the whole life's training of this inner coach. You're just going totally against it. It's going to freak out. It's going to start shouting and it's going to try to rein you back in, pull you back in the old way, back in this coach's way. It doesn't like it. It freaks out. It gets scared. It panics. Yeah? You know this? This is what we're going to face when we follow our heart. We're going to face that inner coach freaking out. Where do you go for proof of whether you did something valuable or not?
Reality check.
Reality check is a good idea. Oh, I did such a bad coaching, I wasn't really present, and the client didn't really go so deep, and I'm not really a good coach. And then you don't reality check. And the next time you have a client, you have the same feeling, and after 10 clients, you feel, I'm not really good at coaching. And in your trail, there are 10 super satisfied people who have benefited, who enjoyed it, who discovered something new, who were happy, who learned something, who were satisfied. And you're sitting there, I'm such a shitty coach, I wish I was as good as this person. So where do we go for proof? Sitting down, listening to our inner coach tell us how poorly we perform? Yeah, okay, I'll get my act together, I'll do another workshop, I'll wait for 5 more years before I stick my neck out. Or do we do reality check? How was it for you? And listen to the reality check and say, I'm not going to listen to that kind of communication. I'm not going to believe that kind of communication before I've done a reality check. How was it for you? I generally end my coaching sessions asking this question. It supports the client, but it also supports me. It's like every time I get a confirmation that it was valuable. And so after some time, this becomes irrelevant, what this guy is saying. It's like just an old record playing. I don't have to take it so seriously. So the global paradigm we live in is a lot based on right and wrong. Yeah? Right and wrong. That's like one of the building blocks of the paradigm in the world. Right and wrong. Now, who decides right and wrong? The authorities decide, not I. Somebody else has decided. It starts with God, the priests, the parents, whoever is in power. They decide what is right and wrong, and it's up to me to figure it out and do the right thing. So I don't get punished. So right and wrong is connected with reward and punishment. Right, wrong, good, bad, reward, punishment. That's the paradigm. The other paradigm, we can call it the heart paradigm, or the heart approach, would be a different definition of right and wrong. So in the old paradigm, right is what the authorities have decided is right, the others. Wrong is what the others, the authorities, have decided is wrong. In the new paradigm, in the heart paradigm, right, there's a different definition of right and wrong. It's like this. Right is what works, and wrong is what doesn't work. So when people ask me about coaching, they say, well, I did this, is that okay? Can I do that? What do you think I answered? Did it work? Yes, it worked, but was it right? Did it work? Yes, then it was right. That's the principle. If it works, it's right. But then you have to know what you want to achieve. Now, where do you go to find out what you want to achieve? What your intention is? Who do you ask?
Yourself.
You can only ask yourself. There is no other authority. It's the last authority, is you. You are the authority. Nobody else. It's my intention, and if it works according to my intention, it's right. There is no outer authority. I become the boss. But it's a revolutionary act. So it's going to get you in trouble with your inner coach. It's going to get you in trouble with the inner coach and whoever out there who still believes in that inner coach paradigm. And there are still a few. I'm going to introduce another word which is an important word in the inner coach paradigm, the old school paradigm. So we have right and wrong, good and bad, reward and punishment. And then we have another very popular word in this paradigm, which is deserve. To deserve something. Now I worked hard and suffered, so now I deserve. When I'm finished with this boring work, then I deserve. Deserve. Some people deserve good things and other people don't deserve good things. They deserve punishment. So deserve a reward and deserve punishment. And so if we bring that attitude into work, work becomes a means to the end of reaching what we deserve, the reward. So we're working for the reward. We're not working for the work. So life becomes driven to the future, to the reward. And of course, most of the time, the reward is just a little bit of the time, and the hard work is most of the time. And even when we have the reward, before we even started to enjoy it, we start worrying about the next task that we have to. You know this aspect? So the Zen training is all about getting out of that paradigm and into enjoying every step.